Welcome, Sagittarius, newbies and veterans alike. Hey there, my fire-hearted archers. Whether you've been galloping through this cosmic terrain with me since Pluto was last in Sagittarius, or you just crash-landed here thanks to a YouTube rabbit hole and a weird feeling at 3:33 a.m. welcome home. You've arrived at Zodiac Talks Tarot, where the stars speak in riddles, the soul answers in symbols, and we sometimes laugh at ourselves between existential awakenings. Now, let's be real, May 14th is not your average stargazing Tuesday. This isn't one of those Mercury's moving again kind of days. No. This is a spiritual checkpoint, a celestial crossroads, a cosmic choose-your-own adventure where fate, free will, and the deeper meaning of your existence are throwing a group meeting, and guess what? You're the keynote speaker. And if you're Sagittarius, you already know you weren't sent to this earth to play it safe or blend in with the beige wallpaper of life. You, my friend, are one of the chosen ones in this year of triumph 2025, here to light torches, break chains, and maybe even adopt a stray philosophy or two along the way. The universe just flung open a glittering portal, and it's not looking for someone who reads horoscopes like they're checking the weather. It's looking for someone bold enough to rewrite the whole forecast. And speaking as someone who's been decoding Sagittarian soul maps longer than most apps have existed, I can promise you this: the alignment between the Sun and the Lunar Nodes? It's not just a gentle nudge from the universe. It's a spiritual shove. A GPS recalibration of your destiny that says, recalculating, and yes, you're finally on the scenic route. So, ready to ride, wild one? Let's talk about the weird stuff happening in your body lately. And no, you're not imagining it. If your palms have been tingling out of nowhere, your crown feels like it's under pressure, or your ears are buzzing like a mosquito that got a spiritual upgrade, you're not broken. You're tuning in. What's actually happening is this: your body is recalibrating. When we say the portal is opening, we don't just mean some symbolic spiritual metaphor you post about and forget. We mean your physical, emotional, and energetic systems are getting rewired for higher frequencies. And if you're a Sagittarius, you're probably one of the first to notice it. You're a fire sign, ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, truth, and let's be honest, overreactions. You're not just receiving the download, you're trying to live stream it in 4K. Now, let me add this: if you're walking around feeling like you've had 3 double espressos but you've only had lemon water and self-doubt for breakfast, welcome to the realm of what I like to call being energetically caffeinated. You're not anxious, you're recharged. You're not nervous, you're receptive. That's not your mind racing, that's your spirit sprinting ahead of your body like, hurry up, we've got timelines to collapse. Now let's talk about your senses. Are colors suddenly more vibrant, like the world's been photoshopped? Is your favorite song suddenly making you cry like you're in a coming-of-age indie film? Are birds chirping outside like they just got paid to deliver divine messages? That's not coincidence. That's your system recalibrating to awareness. You are literally waking up. Not spiritually woke in the Instagram sense, but truly coming online, like a flame that's finally found oxygen. And tonight's dreams? Do not ignore them. Sagittarians often receive visions cloaked in symbols, arrows, keys, flying creatures, ancient maps, or maybe even a centaur steering a spaceship. Sounds absurd? That's how the higher self talks, in metaphors, riddles, and the occasional mythological meme. Write it down. Even if it makes no sense. Especially if it makes no sense. There's meaning hidden inside the nonsense. Buddhist monks often speak of dreams as the training ground of the soul. They believe we rehearse enlightenment in our sleep. So don't dismiss what your mind reveals when the ego is off duty. Sagittarius, you were born to decode truth through symbols, humor, and mystery. Don't waste that talent. The universe is whispering. Your body is listening. Are you? Let's talk about what's really happening behind the curtain of your relationships, your thoughts, and your sense of time, because after May 14th, things may never feel quite the same again. First up, relationships. Oh yes, buckle up. This is where it gets real. If you've been walking around lately wondering why certain people are suddenly texting you out of the blue, while others seem to be drifting away like extras in the final scene of a spiritual drama, it's not random. It's not mood swings. It's not Mercury in retrograde doing some backhanded trickery. It's what I call a cosmic X-ray. And on May 14th, that energetic machine gets cranked up to full blast. What does that mean? It means you're about to see people not as you hope they are, but as they truly are. Not just how they show up in your story, but why. Some connections will feel like ancient soul contracts being fulfilled. Others? Like the universe gently escorting someone out of your energy field with a loving, "This chapter has ended. Please close the book now." Now before you spiral into a dramatic monologue Dante. This is alignment, not abandonment. The people leaving your life aren't villains. They're teachers who've completed the lesson plan. And the ones coming in? They might just be soulmates or cosmic UPS deliveries arriving late but right on time. Now let's talk about that weird head pressure. You know the one. Feels like your forehead is being hugged by invisible fingers. No, it's not a migraine, and you're probably not dehydrated. That's your crown chakra lighting up like Times Square on New Year's Eve. Your soul is trying to tell you something, and it's done being subtle. Expect sudden flashes of insight. Long-stuck decisions like whether to leave that job, move cities, or finally unfollow your emotionally confusing ex might suddenly become crystal clear. It's like a puzzle piece clicking into place after being lost under the metaphorical couch of your subconscious for years. If you've been waiting for a sign from the universe, this is it. No blinking lights. No smoke signals. Just a deep, unshakable knowing that says, yes. Now. And as a Sagittarius, you know that when truth hits, it hits like a thunderbolt, not a whisper. But wait, there's more. Let's talk about time. Because spoiler alert, it's about to get weird. You might feel like you're stuck in a loop, having conversations you swear you've had before, seeing numbers repeat everywhere, or watching hours vanish like socks in the dryer. Don't panic. This is what happens when a Sagittarius starts perceiving nonlinear time. You see, your soul isn't bound by calendars and clocks. It moves in spirals, echoes, and bursts. The past starts speaking louder. The future starts sending whispers. And you? You're standing right in the middle of it, shooting your arrow through both timelines like a cosmic archer on a mission from spirit. What you're experiencing is the collapse of linear logic in favor of higher meaning. The Buddhists call this emptiness not as in void, but as in infinite potential. And while your ego may want everything to make sense on a spreadsheet, your higher self is off writing poetry with the stars. Which brings us to the most important point of all, this is a spiritual portal. And no, I don't mean that in a fluffy Instagram quote kind of way. I mean a real energetic shift, a doorway that, once crossed, asks you to become a different version of yourself. The braver one. The wiser one. The one who finally stops shrinking to fit into old roles that were never your size to begin with. This moment is not about perfection. It's about permission. Permission to manifest boldly. To heal deeply. To stop living according to a script someone else handed you. And Sagittarius, you were never meant to color inside the lines anyway. You draw constellations where others see rules. You chase wisdom while others chase comfort. So take the leap. Ride the wave. Walk through the portal with your head high, your heart open, and your sense of humor fully intact. The universe isn't waiting. It's already rolling. The only question left is, are you ready to shoot your shot? Because this is your moment. Now before you go galloping off into the portal like the cosmic centaur you are, let's hit the brakes for a moment and talk about what not to do. Because when energy shifts this big roll in, it's tempting, very tempting for even the most spiritually seasoned Sagittarius to react instead of respond. And trust me, I've studied your sign long enough to know, you don't do anything halfway. You either leap with full fire, or set something on fire by accident. So here it is, my Sagittarius survival list: the 7 things you absolutely want to avoid during and after this May 14th alignment. Think of it like spiritual trail mix, packed with truth, a little salt, and just enough sweet to make it go down easy. 1. Don't retreat to old versions of yourself. I get it. The old you is comfortable, familiar, has a few good stories and maybe still fits into those jeans. But let's be honest, trying to go back to an expired version of yourself is like logging into MySpace in 2025. It doesn't work, and you end up wondering why everything feels stuck. The portal is asking for your upgrade, not your nostalgia. 2. Don't let fear run the show unless you enjoy existential paralysis. Fear is sneaky. It dresses up like logic or being realistic. But really, it's just the ego in a Halloween costume. Sagittarians, your gift is vision, future focused, truth hunting, adventure embracing. Fear dims that. It turns your bow inward. And no one ever hit a target they were too scared to aim at. 3. Stop overthinking. Your gut is wiser than your spreadsheet. Yes, you like to make sense of things. Yes, your brain is brilliant. But this is a spiritual download, not a quarterly report. Trust your instincts. They've kept your fire burning through lifetimes. Buddha once said that enlightenment isn't found through analysis but through stillness and direct knowing. Your gut is that still place. Listen to it. 4. Don't seek validation from people who don't even validate parking. Seriously. Why are you asking for feedback from people who can't even make eye contact during a deep conversation? Sagittarius, you were never meant to blend in, you were here to blaze a trail. The ones who see you don't need convincing. The ones who don't, you don't need them. Period. 5. Avoid impulsive purchases. Yes, even that spontaneous trip to Peru. Sagittarius, I say this with love and experience. Just because a flight is on sale doesn't mean the universe is giving you a sign. Unless you're being called by divine vision or sacred timing, maybe hold off on booking a last-minute vision quest just because you saw a llama in your dream. Sometimes the journey is inward. 6. Turn down the digital noise. Your soul can't stream downloads over Wi-Fi interference. If your phone has more tabs open than your mind, we have a problem. You can't receive cosmic guidance with push notifications screaming for attention. Log off. Unplug. Go outside and stare at the sky. The universe has been trying to reach you, it just keeps getting your voicemail. 7. Don't rush. This portal stays open beyond May 14th. Transformation isn't prime delivery. Everyone wants instant results these days. But true growth isn't an overnight shipment, it's a slow unfolding, like a lotus blooming or a Sagittarius figuring out how to sit still for once. Give it time. The changes you initiate now will ripple for years. Let them be deep, not just fast. So there you have it, your Sagittarius no-fly list for this spiritual season. Trust yourself, laugh at your own firecracker moments, and remember, you're not here to play by the rules. You're here to rewrite the map. But even explorers need a compass. Let this be yours. Let me leave you with this, dear Sagittarius, because what's happening right now? It's not just another astrological update to file away with your rising sign memes and favorite Mercury retrograde horror stories. No. This moment is a cosmic threshold. A spiritual before and after. The kind of shift you feel deep in your bones, even if you can't quite explain it to your group chat without sounding like you've joined a traveling enlightenment cult. And here's the truth, your truth. You didn't come into this life to tiptoe through comfort zones and recycle the same predictable patterns. No, you were born to chase meaning like it's a wild horse across the desert sky. You are one of the chosen ones for a reason. You came here to break curses, to challenge outdated narratives, and to remind this noisy, distracted world that truth still matters. Even when it's messy. Especially when it's hard. This is your year of triumph 2025. But like every great hero's journey, the first step is saying yes. Yes to growth. Yes to uncertainty. Yes to that wild, reckless hope inside you that says, there's more out there, and I'm meant to find it. So don't walk through this portal like you're unsure you belong. Charge through it like the cosmic traveler you are, compass in one hand, burning curiosity in the other. And hey, while you're at it, don't forget to actually enjoy this wild, beautiful, often ridiculous ride called life. Laugh too loud. Dance like no one's watching, because frankly, the universe is watching, and it's cheering you on. If you've been feeling the shifts, chills in the middle of the night, dreams that feel more vivid than your last relationship, or that strange tingling that says something's coming, you're not alone. Drop a comment below and let's decode it together. This isn't just astrology. This is legacy. If this message spoke to your soul, or even just gave your brain a good cosmic stretch, go ahead, like the video, share it with your fellow fire signs, and hit that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss what's next. This is Zodiac Talks Tarot, and together, we're turning stardust into story. Now go live like your life is the adventure it was always meant to be.